So in this video we are going to talk about the $20 China handheld battle. There are two handhelds here and they are very similar to each other, and there was already some confusing when doing the SUP review. But in this video I just wanted to give you a quick look, what are we going to get with both systems, what are the differences, and not only for the appearances but also in the inside. And what is the quality, of course, how is the emulation, and is there even any differences, because at the end they look very similar if it comes to the software. Okay, so consider subscribing, let's go, and let's go, and let's talk about the handhelds and have some fun. When you take a close look at the handhelds, you can see there are not a lot of differences when it comes to the layout. So the layout is exactly the same. You can see we have 6 buttons over here and there. We have an analog stick and the 3 buttons over here. So we're putting it side by side and we're looking at the right side. You can see there are some minor differences here. We're having the CF card, on and off, and volume control is over here. And at the bottom, then we're having with this version the micro USB and jack out. At the left side, we're having here the TF slot. So these are not similar when it comes to the connections, and the volume control and on and off are here at the top. So it's just mixed up and they are not the same shell. The biggest difference that we're going to get is the analog stick over here. As you can see, I hope you can see that this thing is quite high, and with this version we're going to get a very slim joystick. It's just basically the same joystick, the same quality, but I think this higher version is playing way better. I think we can even swap them. Let's see if we can put it out. Yep, so if you want to swap them out, oh, that is even possible. So, alright. The button quality are basically the same, both having a cheap feel, but I must say that the SUP version is way better in my opinion. Having cheaper click, the travel is a little bit shorter, but this thing is pretty horrible. Long travel and you need to push the button freaking hard. But when you're looking at the quality of the displays, they are basically the same, but yeah, the price is the same of the handhelds. The view angle is just poor, and the same goes with the SUP version. But the viewing angle of both systems are basically the same, but the way how they have added this display in the handheld, that is unique, because you can see over here it has quite a depth between the glass and the LCD itself. And that is something that is very unique and I've never seen before. And if it plays very well like this, I don't know. That's something you need to decide for yourself. Both have rechargeable batteries that you can just basically pull out of the system. Very pleased about it. I don't know what kind of version exactly it is, but so far I can see it's in BL5C, like the Nokia version. But this is in 1200 milliamp, and this is in 1020 milliamp. So this thing has let's say a minor difference if it comes to the capacity. When you're looking at both systems, you can see that the display of this version is completely different. It is much brighter than the SUP. So here we're having one of the biggest major differences, which you can see with looking in side by side with the LCDs. But again, the view angle is exactly the same. So at first I was thinking, is this not exactly the same software? That doesn't really need to find out when playing some games. But what I do notice is that we're having, let's say, some minor differences, like the shortcuts are different, but when you're looking at the support of the games, they are exactly the same. But when you are looking at the quick load, quick save, the menus are exactly the same. So I would say, even though minor differences in the main menu, these things need to run on exactly the same software. Alright, so you can hear that the games are both running the same, and you can also see it with the animations. So let's play a little bit and let's see how they are playing compared with each other. Alright, so let's try now on Super NES game, because this is the platform that runs pretty horrible. So let's first try this version and then we're going to try the SUP. But the weird thing is that with the SUP version, I'm just missing buttons. As you can see, I can't attack. There is no way there is just no way I can connect it. No, there's no way I can attack. I have the forward roll, but I also don't have the backwards roll. So I'm guessing I'm missing out some shoulder buttons. So like I already mentioned in the main review, they didn't map all the freaking buttons. Alright, so let's try a side-by-side test. Let's grab ourselves GBA and let's see how this is running. I can already tell that the sound goes way louder with the other model. I really love the joystick of the SUP, because it's a little longer, it feels more responsive. All the sound effects, right? Okay. When it comes to the performance, it's basically the same. Okay, so what can we conclude out of this battle? It's quite simple. So let's start with this version. It has way better sound. I really love it. It goes quite loud, but when you're pushing it to the limit, yeah, the speaker doesn't like it. So the analog stick, I really hate it. And the reason why, because this version is way higher and it feels more comfortable, in my opinion. Then we have the display. The display itself, as you can see, it's very high in brightness. And it looks maybe on the eye very, let's say, colorful. But when you're grabbing the SUP version, you will see when doing it side by side that this thing isn't so, let's say the brightness is not as great like this model, but all the details of the picture look way better. So that's more like, if you want to have, let's say, a higher brightness, then is this model great for you. But if you want to see, let's say, a product that has more details in the LCD, then I really love the SUP version. But my biggest complaint about these versions are, both of them have pretty damn shitty emulation if it comes to the 16-bit era. If you're looking at them, oh man, it's just horrible. Maybe Mega Drive will run a little bit better. Check the main reviews for those, but at the end it will not be perfect. And with the SUP, yeah, they messed it up. Simply because with the buttons, they didn't configure all of the buttons. And you especially see this with the 16-bit. So Mega Drive, Super Famicom, in my opinion, are not done, are not playable. So yeah, that's what you're going to get with these versions. Both of them TV out, yeah, just a basic AV out. Didn't show it in this comparison, just wanted to focus on the handheld itself, the performance, how it looks, and how it smells. But nevertheless, I want to thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and stay safe, stay wicked, and see you in the next video.